A lot of Disney animated characters are usually fairly simple when it comes to their storylines.
Hi, losers!
But Sasha Waybright has proven to be a breath of fresh air. For me, Sasha is one of Disney's most complex characters. And this might be controversial, but I think her journey so far is reminiscent of a Star Wars character. Actually, Sasha is on the reverse Anakin Skywalker journey. I know you're probably thinking, Sapphic Snapple, what? But let me explain, and hopefully by the end you'll get a better understanding of what I mean, and also start to appreciate the genius writing that went into Sasha's character. The reverse Anakin Skywalker journey. What is it? Well, in order for me to explain that, I need to quickly go over Anakin's story and what I believe led him on his path to the dark side. And for the sake of this video, I want to separate him from Darth Vader as much as I can. Talk about what drove him to becoming Vader rather than his actions after he became him. Okay, so Anakin's path to darkness wasn't something instantaneous, but the huge push was basically a result of failing to save his mother and watching her die in his arms. See, he kept having these visions of her death, and he was seeking help from those who he thought to be good and powerful leaders, but they shrugged off his pleas of wanting to get help to get stronger in order to save her, thinking he should keep these emotions under control over such, silly nightmares. Seeing her die and knowing he wasn't strong enough to save her put him in a state of rage fueled by grief, which resulted in him slaughtering an entire village, women and children included. He vowed to Padme that he would become so powerful that he would prevent anyone he loved from dying, wanting to protect the ones he loved most. Sound familiar? Anakin begins having these visions again, but this time of Padme's death. And like he vowed, he would do anything to prevent that from happening. So he followed the one person that promised to help him, even if it meant working with the dark side and having to do terrible things to achieve this goal.
I won't let these visions come true, Master Yoda.
Death is a natural part of life.
But my point is, Anakin's goal was to become so powerful that he could protect the ones he cared for. And that is what leads him to the dark side. Now, Sasha's journey is literally the opposite of all that. Hence, the reverse Anakin journey. When we first get introduced to Anakin, he wasn't on a journey to redemption, but on a path spiraling downward. A path filled with darkness. Our first time with Sasha, we see her as this strong, badass girl who is calculated and good with her words. She can easily use people to her advantage. I know these traits aren't exactly future Sith Lord evil, but ask some of the fandom and they'll tell you otherwise. Anyways, there's this whole other side to her that she doesn't want people to see. The side that is soft and vulnerable. The side that finds its way through the cracks that she tries to hold together by building up walls. This is something we've also seen in Star Wars with Kylo Ren. His whole character arc is about how he's trying to separate himself from his weaker side, Ben Solo. And note, I will be using Ben Solo and Kylo Ren interchangeably throughout my whole analysis, and I hope you understand why. Okay, so Kylo Ren feels like he is built on his insecurities and rage. A combination I don't think Anakin really showed accurately. With Ben, his turn to the dark side wasn't as concrete as Anakin, because he felt forced into it by the alleged betrayal from his family, which obviously stirred up some conflicted emotions in him. These insecurities and the betrayal is what leads him to becoming Kylo Ren, this angry, try-hard, desperate to prove himself. He wants to prove himself to his grandfather, Darth Vader, as well as Snoke, that he can become this worthy apprentice that doesn't need his family who betrayed him. He wants this so badly, almost like how a child wants that approval from those they look up to. But he just doesn't receive what he's so badly searching for. So instead, he wants to tear it down. And just like that upset and confused child throwing a tantrum, Kylo went through great lengths to live up to those legendary Sith Lords. He even kills his father in hopes to finally silencing that voice calling to him from the light. But it doesn't work. He still feels this pull to the light side, this inner turmoil that's starting to show itself through the cracks, just like Sasha. And that's what fascinates me about these two. They have this internal conflict going on, and you see their stories are much deeper than the good versus bad trope. Ben Solo and Sasha Waybright are the essence of complex conflict, and just how Kylo's insecurities and rage lead him, they do the same for Sash. Her biggest insecurities seem to be showing her weakness, aka her emotions, losing the only people she feels really love her and the ones she loves the most, as well as just being alone. So she tries to overcompensate with being this tough badass who tries not to show any weak emotions. She goes down this path while she's in Amphibia, a path of self-awareness, aware that she has these toxic traits that she's trying to control. To me, True Colors acts as a reflection arc for her.
I don't want to fight. See?
She starts to see how her need to control every situation and her constantly wanting power is pushing her relationships further away and causing her to become lost. Because of Sasha's behavior, the ones she cares about gets hurt. And that is the one thing that she's never wanted to happen. Sasha has always done what she believes is right for her two best friends. She has always been the one who looks out for them and protects them no matter what. Honestly, Sasha has always wanted to be this guardian/knight figure, protecting and leading her best friends. So when she hears that she is a bad person coming from Anne, she believes it to be true and instantly starts to question herself and reflect on everything. This is her official pull to the light moment, reminiscent of Kylo's journey beginning in his second film leading up to his redemption moment in The Rise of Skywalker. And for Sasha, her redemption arc comes right after True Colors. In Turning Point, Sasha is consumed by her guilt and shame of True Colors caused by her actions. This is the final nail that broke through those walls she worked so hard to build up to hide her insecurities. Anakin's failing to save his mother and Padme resulted in him falling to the dark side, but for Sash, her betrayal to Anne and Marcy is used as motivation she needs to finally be able to willingly embrace change, to start to become a person who deserves her friends, who deserves Anne, thus giving us the reverse Anakin Skywalker journey. Sasha's character arc is about discovering unselfish friendship, just how the Star Wars sequel trilogy showcases that in order to save a life and prevent death is by following the selfless light path, rather than turning dark and taking the same route Anakin took. Ben Solo gave his life for Rey, and Sasha basically vowed to do the same for Warwick. Actually, for Anne. I know there are a lot of other points I didn't hit on, but hopefully enough people enjoy this and are willing to give my channel a chance, because I would love to get into detail about the mystery of Sasha's home life. I have this theory that the crux of her inner conflict is something familial. The root of all her toxic behavior and insecurities can be traced to her relationship with her parents. There is some serious learned behavior going on with Sash that I want to get into. And I'm not sure if we will get flashbacks to her home life, but it's probably one of the biggest hopes I have for this series before the ending. Anyways, thanks for listening to my nonsense about my favorite villainous / anti-heroic children.